I remember standing at the airport terminal, watching chaos unfold before my eyes. Flights canceled, people rushing, tempers flaring. And in the midst of it all, I witnessed something extraordinary. An elderly gentleman sat peacefully, a slight smile on his face, while everyone around him descended into panic. That moment changed my understanding of what it means to stay calm. Staying calm isn't just about being quiet or appearing peaceful. It's about possessing an inner strength that transcends circumstances. When I approached that gentleman and asked him how he maintained such composure, he shared something profound. He said, "Young man, I discovered years ago that my response to chaos determines my reality. Your response to chaos determines your reality. Every single person in this room has experienced moments when everything seemed to fall apart. Your business plans crumbled. Your relationships faced unexpected storms. Your carefully laid out future suddenly looked uncertain. But I am here to tell you, the power to remain calm in these situations lies within you." You might be thinking, "But you don't understand my situation." Oh, but I do. Because the principle of maintaining calmness isn't tied to the size of your storm. It's tied to the size of your understanding. When you understand that chaos is temporary but character is permanent, something shifts in your mind. I have traveled across continents, spoken to thousands of people, and one truth remains constant. Those who master the art of staying calm become masters of their destiny. Look at any successful person. What sets them apart isn't the absence of problems, but their response to problems. The power of maintaining composure goes beyond personal peace. It becomes your competitive advantage. While others are losing their minds, you are using yours. While others are reacting, you are responding. While others are complaining about the darkness, you are lighting a candle. Calmness is not passive. It's not about doing nothing. It's about doing everything from a place of inner strength. Think of a surgeon performing a complex operation. The operating room might be tense, but the surgeon's hands remain steady. Why? Because they have trained themselves to access calmness in crucial moments. You might be asking yourself, how do I develop this kind of calmness? Well, that's exactly what we are going to explore together. Because staying calm isn't just a good idea, it's a necessity for anyone who wants to achieve greatness in life. When you understand the nature of chaos, you will realize why maintaining composure isn't just an option. It's your most powerful tool for success. Every challenge that threatens your peace is actually an opportunity to demonstrate your power. The power to choose your response, the power to maintain your composure, and the power to transform any situation through the strength of a calm mind. Nature itself teaches us the most profound lesson about chaos. Have you ever watched a mighty oak tree in a storm? The branches that resist the wind snap, but those that bend with it survive. This is not just a coincidence. It's a principle that governs all of life. Chaos isn't your enemy. It's your teacher. Many people spend their entire lives trying to avoid chaos. They create perfect plans, build perfect schedules, and expect perfect outcomes. But I am here to tell you something that might shock you. Chaos is not a mistake in the system. Chaos is part of the system. And when you understand this truth, your entire perspective shifts. Have you ever noticed that the most significant breakthroughs in your life came after periods of intense chaos? That business idea that transformed your career, didn't it come after a period of uncertainty? That relationship that changed your life, didn't it emerge from a time of confusion? That personal growth that made you stronger, wasn't it born in the midst of challenges? Chaos and growth are dance partners in the ballroom of life. They move together, they flow together, and they create something beautiful together. But most people miss this because they are too busy trying to stop the dance. They don't realize that the chaos they are experiencing is actually preparing them for their next level of growth. I remember working with a young entrepreneur who came to me completely frustrated. His business was facing unexpected challenges. His plans were falling apart. and he could not understand why everything seemed to be going wrong. But when we look deeper, we discover something fascinating. Every problem was actually forcing him to innovate, to think differently, to become more creative. The chaos wasn't destroying his business, it was elevating it. The difference between those who crumble in chaos and those who conquer through chaos isn't in their circumstances. It's in their perception. When you understand that chaos is inevitable, you stop being surprised by it. When you understand that chaos brings growth, you stop resisting it. When you understand that chaos reveals opportunities, you start embracing it. Do you know what creates a diamond? Pressure. Intense pressure. Without that pressure, that carbon would never become a diamond. Your challenge is your chaos, your confusion. They are not destroying you. They are transforming you. But only if you understand their purpose. The problem isn't the presence of chaos. It's our perception of chaos. Most people see chaos and think, why me? But successful people see chaos and think, what's next? They understand that chaos isn't random. It's purposeful. It's not destructive, it's constructive. It's not an ending, it's a beginning. The size of your chaos is often proportional to the size of your potential. Big destiny. Expect big chaos, big purpose. Expect big challenges, big future. Expect big obstacles. Why? Because chaos isn't trying to stop you. It's trying to stretch you. When you reframe your perception of challenges, something magical happens. Instead of being paralyzed by fear, you become energized by possibility. Instead of seeing obstacles, you start seeing opportunities. Instead of feeling overwhelmed, you become overjoyed because you understand that this chaos is actually constructing your future. Chaos isn't your enemy. It's your ally in disguise. It's not here to destroy your dreams. It's here to develop your strength. The question isn't whether chaos will come. The question is whether you will recognize it for what it truly is, your opportunity for unprecedented growth. Because when you understand the nature of chaos, you realize that staying calm isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning to dance in the rain. It's about developing that internal power that allows you to not just survive chaos, but to thrive through it. People often look at successful individuals and say they are just naturally calm. Calmness isn't a personality trait, it's a power. And this power lies dormant within every single person in this room. Your internal state is not determined by external circumstances. Read my lips, your internal state is a choice. Every time you say this situation is making me anxious, you are giving away your power. Every time you say they made me lose my cool, you are surrendering your authority. Nobody, I repeat, nobody has the power to disturb your internal peace without your permission. When you place water in a cup, it becomes the cup. When you place it in a bottle, it becomes the bottle. Water has the power to adapt without losing its essence. That's what internal power looks like. You can adapt to any situation without losing your essence, your peace, your calm. Many people confuse reaction with response. A reaction is automatic, unconscious, driven by fear. A response is intentional, conscious, powered by wisdom. When something unexpected happens, most people react. But champions respond. The difference is in the pause. That microscopic moment between the event and your action. That's where your power lies. I remember sitting with a business leader who lost millions in a market crash. His competitors were panicking, selling everything, making desperate moves. But this leader did something remarkable. He paused. In that pause, he found clarity. While others were reacting to the crisis, he was responding to was the opportunity. Today, his business is 3 times larger than it was before the crash. Why? Because he understood the principle of internal power. Your internal peace isn't just about feeling good, it's about seeing clearly. When you are calm inside, you see opportunities that others miss. When you are peaceful inside, you make decisions that others can't make. When you are stable inside, you create results that others won't create. Your external world is a reflection of your internal world. If there's chaos in your mind, you will find chaos in your life. If there's peace in your mind, you will create peace in your life. If there's power in your mind, you will manifest power in your life. This isn't just positive thinking. This is about accessing a power that already exists within you. Every human being has the capacity for remarkable calmness. The question isn't whether you have this power. The question is whether you are accessing it. When you are internally peaceful, your presence affects the atmosphere around you. Have you ever noticed how a calm person can walk into a chaotic room and suddenly everything starts to settle? That's not coincidence, that's power. Your internal state is so powerful, it can literally transform external circumstances. Some of you are facing situations right now that seem overwhelming. Your business might be under pressure. Your relationships might be strained. Your future might seem uncertain. Your power to remain calm is greater than any pressure you are facing. Calmness isn't weakness. It's strength under control. It's not the absence of power. It's the presence of mastery. When you master your internal state, you master your external reality. When you control your internal response, you influence your external circumstances. Your internal power isn't something you need to create. It's something you need to activate. It's not about becoming something you are not. It's about accessing something you already are. Because when you tap into this internal power, you don't just handle chaos, you transform it. There's a law in life that many people never discover. Your mind is like a garden, and whatever you allow to grow there will eventually manifest in your life. Mental mastery isn't just about positive thinking. It's about strategic thinking. It's about cultivating a mind that serves your purpose rather than sabotages it. Your thoughts aren't just passive activities happening in your head. They are seeds. Every thought you entertain is like planting a seed in the garden of your mind. You can't have a peaceful life with a chaotic mind any more than you can have a beautiful garden with weeds everywhere. I have observed something fascinating in my years of working with leaders and champions. The difference between those who maintain stability in chaos and those who crumble isn't intelligence. It's mental discipline. Your mind will naturally drift toward chaos unless you train it for stability. Have you ever noticed how two people can face the exact same situation and have completely different experiences? One person sees a crisis. Another sees an opportunity. One person panics, another prospers. What's the difference? It's not the situation. It's the perspective. The power of perspective isn't just about seeing things differently. It's about seeing things truthfully. Most people let their circumstances dictate their perspective, but champions let their perspective dictate their circumstances. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at begin to change. When a pilot flies through a storm, they don't rely on what they feel or what they see. They rely on their instruments. Why? Because they have created mental anchors that are stronger than temporary turbulence. Your values, your principles, your purpose, these aren't just nice ideas. They are your instruments for navigating through life's storms. Mental mastery requires three things: clear principles, consistent practice, and unwavering commitment. Your principles are your foundation. Your practice is your preparation. Your commitment is your power. Without these three elements, your mind will always be vulnerable to chaos. I remember working with an Olympic athlete who shared something powerful. He said, before I learned to master my body, I had to master my mind. He created mental anchors, specific thoughts, images, and principles he could return to when pressure mounted. When others were letting the pressure overwhelm them, he was using his mental anchors to maintain his stability. Mental mastery isn't about never having negative thoughts. It's about not letting negative thoughts have you. It's about creating a mental environment where peace can thrive and chaos can survive. It's about building mental muscles that can handle any weight life puts on them. Your mind will believe whatever you tell it repeatedly. If you constantly tell yourself, can't handle this, guess what? You won't be able to handle it. But if you consistently tell yourself, I am designed to handle this, your mind will find ways to make that true. Creating mental anchors isn't just about repeating positive phrases. It's about embedding truth so deeply in your mind that it becomes your automatic response to challenges. When chaos comes, you don't have to think about staying calm. Your mental anchors automatically stabilize you. Some of you right now are letting your minds run wild with worry, fear, and doubt. You are letting temporary circumstances create permanent anxiety. You have the power to take control of your mind. You have the ability to train your thoughts. You have the authority to create stability in your thinking. Mental mastery isn't a destination. It's a continual journey. Every day, you are either strengthening your mental muscles or letting them weaken. Every moment, you are either reinforcing your mental anchors or letting them drift. The choice is yours, and the power is within you. Look at the trees outside your window for a moment. Have you noticed they don't grow overnight? They grow through consistent, daily nurturing. The same principle applies to developing unshakable calmness. It's not about one big moment, it's about small, consistent actions that transform your life. Every morning when you wake up, you have a choice. You can either let the day happen to you, or you can happen to the day. Your morning routine isn't just about getting ready physically. It's about preparing yourself mentally and emotionally for whatever the day might bring. I have studied people who maintain extraordinary composure under pressure. And I have discovered something fascinating. They all have what I call a peace protocol, specific habits they practice daily. Before the storm comes, they have already built their shelter before the pressure rises. They have already strengthened their foundation. The first hour of your morning determines the quality of your day. Start your day with silence. Take those first moments to center yourself. Your phone can wait. Your emails can wait. Your messages can wait. But your peace can't wait. When pressure hits, most people try to find calmness, but champions have already created it. They have developed specific techniques for instant calming. Deep breathing isn't just about taking in air. It's about taking in power. Conscious breathing, what I call power breathing, can shift your state in seconds. Let me give you 3 practical techniques you can use anywhere, anytime. First, the power pause. When chaos erupts, pause for 3 seconds. In those 3 seconds, you shift from reaction to response. Second, the reset breath. Inhale for 4 counts. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. This resets your nervous system. Third, the mental anchor. Keep a specific, empowering thought ready for challenging moments. Emotional resilience isn't about never feeling negative emotions. It's about not letting those emotions control your actions. It's about developing the ability to feel the pressure without becoming the pressure. Feel the chaos without becoming the chaos. Feel the storm without becoming the storm. I remember working with a surgeon who shared something profound. Before every operation, he has a 5-minute ritual. He stands still, breathes deeply, and reminds himself of his purpose. This isn't just a nice routine. It's a power practice that allows him to maintain composure during the most challenging procedures. Many people, they wait until they are in a crisis to practice calmness. That's like waiting until you are in a fight to learn how to box. You must practice these techniques when you don't need them, so they are available when you do need them. Building emotional resilience is like building physical muscles. You don't build muscles by lifting weights once. You build them through consistent training. The same applies to emotional strength. Every small challenge is an opportunity to practice. Every minor irritation is a chance to grow stronger. Don't just practice until you get it right. Practice until you can't get it wrong. Make these calming techniques so natural that they become your automatic response to pressure. Make emotional resilience so ingrained that it becomes your default state. Some of you are waiting for life to become less challenging before you find peace. Peace isn't the absence of challenges. Peace is the presence of purpose. It's not about having no storms in your life. It's about knowing how to dance in the rain. And as we prepare to explore the leadership dimension of calmness, remember this. Every moment of chaos is an opportunity to practice your peace. Every pressure is a chance to demonstrate your power. Every challenge is an invitation to show your character. Because true calmness isn't just something you feel. It's something you become. A leader's emotional state is the ceiling of their organization's potential. When I walk into any organization, I can tell the quality of its leadership by observing the atmosphere. You see, leadership isn't just about making decisions. It's about creating an environment where others can excel. Your calmness isn't just about you, it's about everyone around you. When you walk into a room as a leader, you are not just bringing your presence, you are bringing your influence. Your mental state is contagious. Your peace is transferable. Your stability affects everyone in your sphere of influence. Have you ever noticed how a team takes on the characteristics of its leader? If the leader is anxious, the team becomes anxious. If the leader is chaotic, the team becomes chaotic. But when the leader maintains composure, something remarkable happens. The entire organization begins to stabilize. I remember observing a CEO during a major company crisis. While everyone was running around in panic, she maintained extraordinary composure. And here's what fascinated me. Her calmness created a ripple effect. Department by department, person by person, the panic began to subside. Why? Because composed leadership creates composed teams. In turbulent times, people don't follow your words. They follow your example. When you stay calm in chaos, you are not just managing a situation, you are modeling mastery. When you maintain peace under pressure, you are not just handling a crisis, you are teaching confidence. The ripple effect of composed leadership goes beyond your immediate team. It affects your customers, your stakeholders, your entire network. People trust calm leaders. They believe in stable leaders. They follow composed leaders. Why? Because calmness in leadership isn't weakness. It's wisdom in action. Your ability to stay calm under pressure will determine your ability to help others through pressure. You can't give what you don't have. You can't lead others to peace if you are living in chaos. You can't create stability if you are surrounded by instability. Your leadership calmness isn't just a personal attribute. It's a powerful force that shapes the future of everyone around you. Because when you lead with composure, you don't just change situations, you transform lives. When you understand the power of calmness, you begin to realize it's not just a state of mind. It's a force of transformation. Everything in your life begins to shift when you master the art of staying calm. Your decisions become clearer. Your relationships become stronger. And your impact becomes deeper. I have watched people transform their entire lives through this one principle. Marriages that were on the brink of collapse suddenly began to heal. Why? Because when one person learns to respond with calmness instead of reaction, the entire dynamic changes. Businesses that were struggling suddenly began to thrive. Why? Because clear minds make better decisions. Your personal transformation through calmness isn't just about feeling better, it's about becoming better. When you are no longer driven by emotional turbulence, you start operating from a place of purpose. Your relationships improve because you are no longer bringing chaos into them. Your success accelerates because you are no longer sabotaging it with emotional reactions. The most successful people you know, what's their common characteristic? It's not their background, their education, or their connections. It's their ability to maintain composure when others are losing theirs. Success isn't just about what you do, it's about how you do it. And calmness is the how that transforms the what. Every person in this room has the potential to create a legacy. But what kind of legacy will you leave? Will people remember you as someone who added to the chaos? Or someone who brought peace? Will your children inherit your emotional turbulence, or will they inherit your stability? Building a legacy of stability isn't about being perfect. It's about being purposeful. It's about making a conscious decision that your calm will be stronger than your chaos, that your peace will be more powerful than your problems, that your stability will be more significant than your struggles. The impact of your calmness extends far beyond your own life. When you master this principle, you become a living example of what's possible. Your very presence begins to transform environments. Your stability begins to influence situations. Your peace begins to impact people. Your calmness isn't just a personal achievement. It's a gift you give to the world. Because when you transform yourself through the power of calmness, you create a ripple effect that touches countless lives. You build a legacy that will outlive you. You create an impact that will echo through generations. Standing here today, I am looking at a room full of potential, not just individual potential, but the potential to transform our entire world through the power of calmness. The question isn't whether you can do it. The question is, will you do it? Right now, take 3 seconds, just 3 seconds to make a decision. A decision that from this moment forward, you will no longer be a victim of chaos, but a master of peace. That you will no longer let circumstances dictate your emotional state. That you will become the calm in someone else's storm. Here are your marching orders. Starting tomorrow morning, before you touch your phone, before you check your messages, take 5 minutes of pure silence. In that silence, set your emotional thermostat for the day. Decide in advance how you will respond, not react to whatever comes your way. Throughout your day, practice the power pause. When pressure rises, when tension builds, when chaos erupts, pause. In that pause lies your power. In that pause lies your peace. In that pause lies your potential. Build your mental anchors now. Don't wait for the storm to come. Choose 3 power thoughts that will steady you in moments of pressure. Write them down. Memorize them. Let them become part of your emotional DNA. I see a future where your calmness becomes a catalyst for change, where your peace becomes a platform for progress, where your stability becomes a source of strength for others. This isn't just about you anymore. It's about everyone your life touches. Imagine walking into your home, your office, your community, carrying not just your presence but your peace. Imagine being the person others look to when chaos erupts. Imagine being the stability that helps others find their strength. The world does not need more chaos. It needs more calm. Your family does not need more reaction. It needs more response. Your community does not need more noise. It needs more peace. And you have the power to provide it. Become a carrier of calmness. Become an ambassador of peace. Become a leader who transforms chaos into clarity, pressure into power, and challenges into change. Remember, staying calm isn't just a good idea, it's your destiny. It's not just a nice concept, it's your calling. It's not just a temporary tactic, it's your transformational tool. When you master the art of staying calm, you don't just change your life, you change your world. Your peace becomes your power. Your stability becomes your strength. Your calmness becomes your catalyst for unprecedented achievement.